from burn pits caused all kinds of cancers and other diseases. That was so wrong. The indignity, the callousness of forcing veterans who got sick as they were fighting for us because of exposure to these toxins to have to fight for years in the VA to get the benefits they deserved.
Pennsylvania Republicans have rejected Wolf's proposal, contending that the relief payments would worsen inflation and bring up consumer costs. Wolf has disputed these claims, saying that it is narrowly a program tailored enough, and the payments are small enough, and would account for less than 1/10 of the state's budget. Folks, we got a ton of news about the fourth stimulus check, Social Security benefits, SSI, and SSDI. Continue watching this video because you don't want to miss out on this. Everybody, it's important to be aware of some recipients and the Social Security benefits that won't be getting the payments, and don't panic, the schedule is just changing slightly. The SSA has already distributed supplemental security income payments. SSI recipients still receive their full benefits but one this month. After that, the next scheduled SSI payment date is May 1st. SSI payments are typically scheduled for the first of the month, unless that date falls on a federal holiday or a weekend, in which case it shifts to the weekend and weekday immediately before. The normal SSI payment schedule will then resume. You can then also expect 2 payments in June, September, and December. But the timing is different for standard Social Security benefits, and those benefits are not affected by this calendar. In general, the Social Security Administration typically distributes checks on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th Wednesday of each month, depending on your birthday, and in such situations, including if you both Social Security receive that and also the SSI payments, or if you started claiming benefits on May 1997. Because your Social Security is paid on the 3rd of each month, and your SSI is paid on the 1st. Yahoo News may be eligible to receive a single lump sum payment representing 6 months worth of Social Security retirement, and the lump sum option is just only available to people who have reached the full retirement age without willing to receive the benefits, and it will result in a permanently lower monthly benefit for anybody who receives it. But when the time comes to file with the Social Security Administration to start receiving the retirement benefits, you get the option to receive up to 6 months worth of benefit payments in a single lump sum. These retroactive benefit payments are not available to everybody who claims benefits and are seeking a lump sum payout. Social Security's old retirement benefits can be claimed by most people starting at age 62. By waiting a few years until full retirement age, you can become eligible to receive a larger monthly benefit. If you wait until age 70, you get the maximum monthly benefit. From 62 to 70, the benefit increases by 8%. After you've received the full retirement age, you can be claiming up to 6 months of benefits to be paid in a single lump sum. And if you reach full retirement age in July and wait until the following January to start claiming benefits, you can request a check for the benefits that you have received and have claimed as soon as possible by the time it's July. Because a lump sum could be sizable in 2023, the average Social Security monthly benefit is $1,800. Someone who chose to receive the maximum 6 months of retroactive benefits could theoretically expect a check of $10,000.
Last year they made $200 billion in the midst of a global energy crisis. I think it's outrageous. Why? They invested too little of that profit to increase domestic production. And when I talk to a couple of them, they say, we're afraid you're going to shut down all the oil wells and all the
price of essentials going up. So, the Back to Work program in Connecticut just gave a $1,000 check to the first 10,000 unemployed individuals. About $10 million was allocated for the program. In Florida, some teachers and employers will receive a $1,000 payment. Teachers and first responders were eligible. The one-time payment for workers in Florida was a thank you bonus to those who were working during the crisis. Last year, Georgia paid full-time and administrators $1,000. Part-time teachers received $500. Approximately 230,000 K-12 teachers and staff were eligible for the payment. The city of Chicago will also be giving $500 to 5,000 low-income families as part of its guaranteed basic income pilot program. The payments are expected to begin this year. Maryland also gave eligible residents payments for $500. According to the Comptroller's Office, a total of 400.
Also, union crews have been hard at work 24/7 since the crash. Operating engineers, the laborers, the carpenters, cement finishers, teamsters, and the iron workers. They're going to help rebuild, and they're doing it right now. And folks here know that the crews finished demolition on Thursday ahead of schedule. And now they're working on emergency repairs to quickly and safely reopen the roadway to traffic. The federal government I've committed we're going to reimburse 100% of this phase of the work and well over the first 200 days. And then after that, 90% of the work. We'll be here until the end. We won't leave until it's finished. And that's why I asked Mayor Landrieu, who runs my operation relative to the infrastructure legislation, to lead the effort. He knows as mayor what it takes, Mayor Kenny, as you know, to get things done. New Orleans never had any problems, like tornadoes and hurricanes and floods and the like. But all kidding aside, he's on this every day. We're using materials made of recycled glass.
Everybody at home is a pretty tremendous burden to bear. That being said, just the pure vote politics of this, do you believe right now, as you speak today, that there's any chance that perhaps Joe Manchin or perhaps Kristen Sinema, senators from West Virginia and Arizona, might vote no on this bill?
Well, I doubt it in the end. There is a chance, however, that they may join us in slimming it down some, probably nowhere near as much of a slim down as the situation argues for, but any amount we can reduce the size of this is a good thing for the country, and I think there's at least a chance that one or two Democrats could join all of us and spend a little bit less.
Have you spoken with either of them?
It's still going to be wildly out of proportion to what the country needs right now.
Sorry to interrupt. Have you spoken with either of those senators or anybody that you think might be on the fence today?
Yeah, there's all kinds of conversations going on. The Democrat bill keeps changing.
Well, millions of people could be eligible for thousands of dollars in newly available stimulus funds. Right now, many to low to middle income households, everybody, can apply to receive this relief. And guys, one-time direct payments worth up to $300 will begin to go out this week. And now several states are already planning to send their tax rebates to the residents to help offset some of the impacts that people are facing. We all know that people need this money, and it's good to see people are doing this. People are getting help they need. One state will start sending out tax rebate money this month, and that state is Hawaii. Hawaiian residents could receive one-time direct checks of up to $300 as part of the state's constitutional refund that's given to each resident who files an income tax return for the previous fiscal year. And the first round of distributions is set to be received on or before September 12th. And with two additional distribution dates scheduled for September 9 and 13, according to the governor's office, those who have not filed tax returns, owed money to the government, or filed their taxes after July 31st will receive their checks 10 weeks after the Department of Taxation receives documents. The governor said in a statement, "It's my hope that the $300 million in tax refunds begins to go distributed so far, bring some relief to the hardworking people in the state of Hawaii who were hit hard by the crisis." According to the governor, the amount each person will receive as part of a refund is determined by the person's filing status, adjusted gross income, and the number of claimed exemptions. Single filers earning an annual income of under $100,000 will receive one-time checks of $300, with single taxpayers with a higher gross of income receiving $100. Married couples who file joint returns are also set to receive $300 as part of the one-time payments. In addition to the stimulus checks, Hawaiians can look forward to the state's minimum wage being raised for the first time since 2018. The bill approved by Governor Ige raises the minimum wage of $10.10 per hour to $12 an hour starting October 1st. Also, some good news for you guys that live in Indiana. They can expect to see another $200 in your bank account after Indiana lawmakers approved a second set of payments during the special session. This cash comes from the state surplus. Governor Holcomb pitched the idea of a $225 check to help Indiana residents struggling with high gas prices and inflation. In the Indiana House bill and Senate took approaches to different inflation relief checks. The House plan mirrored the governor's proposal and includes payments of $225 to residents, while the Senate plan, on the other hand, includes a proposal to... It's on the way right now, everybody. More and more fourth stimulus payments have been approved. Congress is going to take huge action this week to establish new financial assistance programs, and millions of Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and RRB beneficiaries